Echo Within, Enrich Your Life. Hello everyone, my name is Deborah Yi. And welcome to the very first episode of our podcast. We are so honored to have you here today, especially this year marks the 17th anniversary of Enrich Counseling and Therapy Center. I believe there were many conversations happened here, many vulnerabilities, many powerful moments and choices were made that create different types of changes in lives. So to celebrate this milestone, we're beginning with a very special title called One Spark, Seven Echoes, which make the combination of 1 and 7, which is 17. And because sometimes a small decision and an action or a step can ripple further than our imagination. So that's why we have this very special title. To start this journey, I'm joined by someone that has witnessed many countless sparks that happened over the years that created many types of impact. Let's welcome our center's director, Miss Yvonne Lee.
Hi everyone.
How do you feel attending the first podcast?
Oh, I feel honored to be, to be here to share with you all in this very first episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of excitement and nervousness as well. So I'm very curious about the journey that you have been through. So what was a action or decision or even an idea that became your spark?
I remember it's like there was one day my ex-employer, she's Jean, she came to me and she said, Yvonne, why not you start a counseling center? I was stunned. It never crossed my mind, this idea. But this idea created a spark and I started to think about it.
I see.
Yeah, but of course at the start I was saying, that's not possible.
Yeah.
At that time, around 20 years ago, there are not many people really go for professional counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the awareness of counseling support is actually very low. And that time, to look for counseling services, normally people will go for services provided by NGO or by religious organizations, and people perceive that counseling is free of charge. Yeah, but at the same time, if we really want to get a full-time employment as a counselor, we can hardly find that because there are not many opportunities to become a full-time counselor.
Quite a scary spark, right?
Yeah, that's right. I said, hey, how could that be? But after thinking for a while, I didn't think too long actually. Okay, I'm thinking that, hey, I very sure that I like to do counseling. And that time that I just purely think that, hey, I want to create a space where people can look for quality professional counseling services, a space where professionals, counselors can provide services and grow in their career. So with that, I just think that, hey, maybe I should give it a try. So that's how it started.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're really inspired by this spark and you have something that what you want to do about this spark.
Yes.
I see,
That's
I
right.
see. I can already imagine there had many echoes already happened.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious to know what was the first visible impact that you saw.
The first one, I think it was like I have to stop my full-time job, which I get like stable income, and I'm actually quite happy with the income that time. And to stop that, and decided to start a center. And with that I have to face a lot of uncertainties. In the financial instability is the immediate impact. Yeah, it's like every month that you have to start to think about, hey, how's the company finance, and you may not get regular incomes. I think that lasts for at least first maybe 2 to 3 years. That
right.
is like very unstable in terms of the center's financial stability and also personal financial stability.
Yes, they are both like a very huge impact, personal as well as centers,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the people that is working at here
Yeah,
that time.
that's right.
There's a huge responsibility from an employee to an employer.
Yeah. So there's another echo where I didn't expect that there are so many responsibilities. The responsibilities not just purely about, hey, you want to be a good counselor.
Yeah.
At the same time, we have to think of the sustainability of the center, and start to look at her accounts, all the balance sheet and so on, and have to
Yes.
start to think about how to let people who practice here to really have a good environment and also sustainable center to practice. So there's a lot of responsibility. It's not just purely about a counselor, but with that responsibility, I started to think, hey, it's like I maybe have to start to learn more things.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's another echo where I start to think that, hey, I have to start to learn. I think first thing is about managing finance and looking at the revenue, expenses, and all that, and how to manage that. That's the first thing that really have to learn.
That was a very new field for you, was it?
Yes, there's a few that I never liked.
Okay.
Yeah. In the past, I think in the uni, I did learn something like that. But I think, okay, that's just for knowledge will do, but that's not my cup of tea. But when it comes to reality, that when you start something, especially you start a business, that's something that is really important. So I started to want to learn a bit more about that, and also have to learn how to be aware of market trend, be aware of what people want, and start to learn about managing people, managing the daily schedule, and also need to have vision on knowing where are we heading to. So there are a lot of things to learn.
Yeah. And I'm so very curious that how has this Sparks also affected your family? Did they support your decision? Did they see any changes in you?
That's a very good question. Yeah, I think one of the echoes that comes in is the support. I was very touched by the support given by family, and it's like they know this is what I like, even though I'm facing the financial instability and so on, and they are still very supportive in terms of like time. Sometimes that I'm too busy that my family members take on more tasks. And the support is always there. I also want to mention about the support from the business partners.
Yeah.
They trusted me before they see the results.
Wow.
It's like before we start, you don't even know how far we can go. Whether it's sustainable or not. They just trust that, hey, just go for it if you want to, and we are here. I think that kind of support is really touched. I think without support that I can't go so far up to today.
Yeah.
I think it's important for us that every one of us that there are times that we need support. So there are times that we can be vulnerable. There are times that sometimes that support really means a lot. You may not need to tell you what to do, but they are there. The kind of support is already very meaningful.
Yeah. So she has so much confidence in you, even though when you were doubting yourself.
I'm not quite sure what's going on in front, but with the trust and the support, I think that it encouraged me to continue to move on with what I want to do.
I see. What about any internal changes that happened in you?
Internal changes, I think that I do feel excited. I do feel the kind of excitement where I can start something from scratch. There are many possibilities in front. Yeah, I never see myself as a risk taker. The internal change, one of the big internal changes will be, I have the courage to try something that I'm not certain, something that I'm not in control in the future.
You didn't know you had this courage that time?
No, I think I didn't have that time, but it's a change. Like, there's a transform where, hey, I told myself that, hey, you never try, and how are you going to know it doesn't work? The kind of courage to try something which is unsure and uncertain.
Yeah, definitely a lot of courage to do that, because you really don't know where it is going to be, and there were a lot of responsibilities until right now. I mean, it's expanded. Yeah.
And it's true that this shift internally. It helps that because when we continue, no matter it's 17 years
Yeah.
or many more years to come, the environment change, the many things changes, and we still need to continue to have the spirit of trying new things and the spirit of no matter it's ups and downs, we still have to focus on our goal and continue to try. Yeah.
Yeah. It is not easy to maintain and reserve what you truly want to do, your goal, your principality, the principle of this, the vision of the center, to keep it going when everything is changing. So
It's not easy, but I think it's something to remind ourselves in life that there are so many things that we can do.
Yeah.
But what we really want, what you have passion, and is really worth the effort of keep trying to see how we can achieve your goals.
do you agree that you're someone that you keep on stay grounded to yourself?
I won't say all the time, but I try to, because there are times that you will still be shaky, and one of the echoes will be uncertainty.
Yeah.
I think the uncertainty kicks in, and sometimes despite several tryings, and after so many years, like 2-3 years, how come financial is not stable yet? Sometimes the self-doubt kicks in.
Yep.
Uncertainties really makes you feel that am I losing my focus? Am I doing the right thing? Yeah. But I try to always tune back to what I want. The initial intention, the passion that I
see.
have. Yeah. So that when despite having difficulties, uncertainties, I will still try to tune back. Yeah.
I see. That's a huge lesson for me to learn. So, and if these sparks continue to go on, what do you hope it echoes in the long run?
If this path continue, I would hope that it's like I can continue to create sparks on other people's life. Yeah, because sometimes you never know, just an idea or just a word of encouragement, or sometimes a different insight, it may have an impact on people's life. So I hope that I can continue to have an impact towards people around me. It can be my clients, can be my colleagues, it can be people around me. Life influences lives.
Yeah. So every sparks affecting different sparks,
Yeah.
then create different echoes.
Yeah,
so when
that's right.
it's like when you're affecting me and I affect others, and I keep on create the ripple of effect.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Never look at it's too small, the spark.
Yeah,
You never
yeah.
know. It's like what my employer did is just one suggestion or one idea. It created many echoes after that.
Yeah,
So we can do the same too.
Yeah. So do not underestimate any spark or underestimate your potential, your ability to do further than what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So to end this podcast, we have a magical questions that I'm going to give you.
Right.
So you can give any answers as you wish. That's no limitations.
Okay.
All right. So if you have any superpower, what is one thing that you would like to change?
Ooh, if I have a superpower, I hope that people that I meet, they will feel hope. Wow. Okay.
Is it like some colors that will appear, or how magical would it be?
It could be a thing, then they start to boom, feel hope in them, and they start to see possibilities.
Okay.
And no matter which situation they are in, it can be their suffering or having difficulties in life, having illness and all that. But once they see the hope, so they have the courage and they have the ability to continue to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a button that just create hope to people.
Yeah, and
Wow.
if I can have that one touch to create hope,
Yeah.
so when I touch on this logo and reach within, I hope
Okay.
that people who listen to this podcast, they will spark hope in their life. Wow.
Okay. I hope so too. Okay. Thank you very much for your sharing today. And we definitely have more podcasts, more episodes coming soon. Do stay tuned with us. Thank you.
Thank